Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Fight Business. Let's talk about a few fights in UFC 296. Actually, let's just talk about one fight, which was the only fight that was actually entertaining to watch. But we will also talk about the other two fights that we mentioned in our preview show, which we posted on this channel a couple days ago. So the fight that we will talk about is the fight between Mr. Rakhmanov, Shavkat Rakhmanov, and Mr. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. That was actually the fight that was entertaining to watch. It was fun to watch. The other two fights that we mentioned in our previous show were the Wonderboy. No, I'm sorry, not the Wonderboy. The main event and the Paddy Pimblett fight with Tony Ferguson. Let's just quickly get them out of the way. Mr. Tony Ferguson, poor guy. This is his 7th loss in a row. He was a great fighter. Was scheduled to fight Khabib, but never could fight Khabib. It was great to see Paddy Pimblett give him his credit, called him a legend. But Mr. Paddy Pimblett basically dominated the whole fight. He won a unanimous decision. And, credit goes to Mr. Tony Ferguson for training with Goggins and going through that tough training. But it just looks like his career is pretty much over. And for the main event, I was expecting much more from Mr. Colby Covington. I was hoping that he would bring the dog out of him, like he said. But I was hoping he would show something like you can't just come in the UFC and lose the fight for 4 or 5.5 rounds and then just get a head kick, or not get a head kick, just execute a head kick and become the champion of the world. That was an amazing fight between Kamaru, because guys, Kamaru was a dominant champion till then, and since then he's lost to Edwards again. And the fight, when they fought again, Edwards was ahead from what I remember. So, but what happened in the main event in UFC 296 was basically Mr. Leon Edwards showing who's the current welterweight champion of the world. Speaking of the welterweight division, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the fight that we want to talk about. That's the fight between Mr. Shavkat Rakhmanov and Mr. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. That was the fight to watch. That was a fun fight because it had a finish as opposed to the other two fights that we were interested in. And obviously because Mr. Shavkat Rakhmanov is absolutely a monster. And it is very, very interesting and very entertaining to watch that gentleman fight. And also because the welterweight division needs a shake-up. Some guy, Leon Edwards, who got a 3-piece and a soda from Masvidal. And it wasn't even like Mr. Edwards being disrespectful or anything. If anything, he was just being polite and being friendly with Masvidal when he was doing an interview with some girl. And he just wanted, because he had just wanted to fight. I think he just wanted to do his camera moves, some action moves. I mean, all credit to Mr. Masvidal. He's been fighting since he was 17, 18 years old in the backyard and stuff. But at that point, I think it was unnecessary. It was unprofessional. And it was just, him being a show-off, and he just kind of stepped around. He said, "Hey, say that to my face." This is Mr. Masvidal saying, he put his hands behind his back and say, "Hey, come here and say that to my face." At that time, Mr. Leon Edwards was ranked below Mr. Masvidal. I didn't even know who this guy was, and I didn't even know who Leon Edwards was when he got the 3-piece and a soda. So what happened was that when I mentioned 3-piece and a soda, Mr. Masvidal just kind of punched him a few times, like bam, 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 and then you see some black guy just bleeding. So I just saw a clip of, I just saw Masvidal just step away from the interview, say, "Hey, say that to my face," and then just do like a 3-piece and a soda. And I see some black guy just bleeding on the screen. I'm like, is that a UFC fighter? But obviously, I had guessed that it is a UFC fighter by looking at the title or whatever. I didn't even know who Leon Edwards was. But he never got to pay back that 3-piece and a soda. He is the welterweight champion of the world. And he was losing the fight to Kamaru Usman. Lost in the did not lose. Beat Mr. Kamaru by just kicking him in the head, and now he's the champion of the world. He's beat Kamaru again, and he's showing why he's the champ. And he beat Colby Covington as well. Mr. Masvidal is already out, so it's Mr. Shavkat Rakhmanov. That's how this welterweight division is looking at. Mr. Bilal Muhammad, that guy, I don't think it can do. I'm really sorry about Mr. Bilal. I'm really sorry. I don't think he can do much at that level. I think if anything, he might be. I mean, he should just get the shot now for the title. Now he's been talking about it for a long time. He should just get the shot, and I think he'll probably lose. I think Mr. Leon Edwards is going to keep the belt, and it looks like Mr. Kamaru, it looks like Mr. Kamaru. It just looks like Mr. Leon Edwards has the number, because when you get the belt, you get the confidence with that as well. But Mr. Shavkat Rakhmanov is coming to shatter all that and make the welterweight division entertaining again. That Colby Covington didn't do anything in the fight. He didn't bring the dog out of him. So Colby Covington, Kamaru, Masvidal's already out. Bilal's not much. And Mr. Leon Edwards, the Rocky. He's the champ. Showing why he's the champ. But what Mr. Shavkat Rakhmanov did with Mr. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, ladies and gentlemen, was just total domination. Complete, total obliteration. Mr. Shavkat Rakhmanov submitted the Karate Boy, Mr. Wonderboy, Stephen Thompson, and now he's 18-0. Mr. Shavkat Rakhmanov is 18-0, 18 finishes. This guy's no joke. Watch out, welterweight division. See you guys in the next video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and follow this channel on social media. Peace out.